Not yet. Alright. I only got a little bit. Come on. Let me make sure I'm not gonna. Don't want my foot to go down flat if it comes off. I don't want to fucking break an ankle or anything. Well, she broke free. Already pinches there. Did you see that pop? This side's basically out. It's this side that's giving me problems. Come on. Oh, what's connected? Oh, it's this, just this. Sweet, man. Hello everybody. I figured I would bring the chassis up. Now I can't roll the chassis up because the front wheels, the suspension, it collapsed. So basically if you try to roll it forward or backwards, the wheels just turn in because all the bushings are gone because of the fire. So I didn't need the front end anyway. That's the whole point of this LeBaron, because I'm taking the K member and all the suspension will drop from this body. It's a unibody, so there's no frame. And the stuff that's supposed to be the frame is all rusted anyway, because when I was underneath of it, that was folding in half. If you look inside, it's all wrinkled. So basically, when I jacked up the front here, the car was folding and I was underneath of it. So that explains why it was a little tight getting out from underneath the car than when I went in. But basically, I decided I'll go back there with the saw and cut what I needed from the chassis. So what I did was I just cut the front end off. So basically, the way this hooked up was, of course, the front of the suspension came off of this, but then you had these suspension bolts with these big bolts, big studs coming through these holes. So I took off those nuts. I was going to cut them, but then I was like, you know what? I'll try to take off the nuts, and then maybe they'll pull out of there. So that's what happened. After I cut the frame, I just wiggled the front end a little bit, and it came undone. Now, I strategically cut it there because it was flat, and not only that, I still have my body mounts. So when I go to do this chassis, I know where the body's going to be bolted, so I can take it from there. I can decide how far to come out for the K-member, and where the K-member is going to be is not necessarily where I'm going to mount the motor. I could have the K-member out here and then have like the body stop right there. So I don't have to put the K-member right here. I can extend the front end. So basically, I have to have all that from the motor to the rear the same length as it is in this car right now. Because if I change that, if I change the distance where that motor is and that rear, the problem is I'm going to either have to shorten the drive shaft or lengthen the drive shaft, which that costs money, and I'm not really in the spot to spend money on this. So I'm going to have to take measurements, and from that rear to where the motor is, and then from this rear, basically I'm pretty sure I'm going to put that rear in, because the wheelbase this way is wider on this car than it was on the Bronco. So yeah, all that's got to be the same. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably go to Fazio's. It's right up the road from me, like no lie, right up at the corner. And they sell 4-foot 3x2, I think it is, and it's like a 1/4 inch. I know I don't need something that thick, but what I'll do is I'll just slide it in here and probably go from there. Or I might cut this shorter. I don't know. Put some bricks and rocks in front of the back tires, because I found out if I put something here, it just wants to roll. So there's an incline, slight incline there. But basically what's going to happen, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to do what you call a C-notch, which is I'm going to be bringing frame up here, and then I'm going to cut the existing frame after I make that. That way the suspension can travel all the way up, which is going to lower this frame. What I might also need to do is I might have to do a what do they call it, like a Z something or whatever. Basically it's going to be a flat frame, and then the frame's going to come up and then go back. I'm going to have to do that with the back, and I'm going to have to do that with the front. That way I get the ride height I want, and that should be easy. I've never done it before, but trust me, I've watched lots of videos and whatnot, and I seem to get the point. The only thing I'm worried about is I'm gonna have to make like a little jig or whatever in my garage for my my bay to make sure all these welds, everything's even and everything else. So so that should be fun. But yeah, it's kind of interesting how the fire only made it back to like here, and all the wires and stuff burnt, but the metal isn't too bad from like here back. I even have a brand new fuel pump in that gas tank. I'm surprised the gas tank even survived, but yeah, everything's pretty good here. I got the rear and leaf springs and all, and the rear spins fine. As you saw, I pushed it up with no problem. So yeah, I will have to do a lot of changing some stuff up, but as long as I know where everything needs to be, that's fine. I mean, I can cut the heads off of these rivets, and I have all these mounts and stuff, so that's That's a really good thing. As you can see, that is a melted fuel cap. Yeah, this was crazy. And there's still fuel in there. Look, this is all melted. All melted. Yeah, I still can't get over this, and it's going on almost 3 years since this happened. But yeah, so this should be interesting. I'm probably not going to do much more today, but what I probably will do is I'll probably cut all this useless shit, like all the wiring. There's still wiring going back. I'll label what's left of the wires going to the fuel pump, and like all this shit for the brakes and all. That's no good to me. At least I don't think. Nah, it's all rusted up. So yeah, I'll probably just clean this up a little bit, make it a little bit more good to look at. Most of it's going to be hacked. Like I said, these mounts are for the body, and then the body goes back up. So I'm going to have to cut the back of the Bronco body out to make room for the frame changes, which isn't too bad. I don't mind doing that. But yeah, so that's my little update so far. I don't know when all this is going to happen. Of course, I still need to get the motor and the treads out of the LeBaron and the drive shaft. But slowly but surely, I've done a lot the past couple days, and I'm feeling it. I'm really feeling it. And yeah, pushing this up wasn't helping. But yeah, eventually I'll get there, hopefully. If I pull this off, this is going to be a really, really nice ride.